Okay, so this was news I was more than likely expecting. Like I said in my previous videos, that this was something I think a lot of us were expecting. Like, this official announcement was like, yeah, this is going to happen for a multitude of reasons. I think like it was just hitting you over the head that this was going to happen after how good the sales were for the comic. Two, literally, it's everywhere in merchandising. There were figures. There were There were two. They even brought out like pops for Comic-Con exclusive pops. That was the tell for me that this was official. That this was officially going to get announced at some point. Was the pop announcements for the Comic-Con exclusive pops of Blue Ranger Leo and Black Ranger Donnie. Like, that was the one. And yeah, there has been a lot of hype for this, and with good reason. It's probably been one of the best crossovers I've read in a long time. And yeah, we are getting to Power Rangers TMNT 2. If you guys remember, Power Rangers TMNT, the first one, was a amazing comic. It fits so much in 5 issues. The art was amazing, and it felt like a really good apology letter for that that god-awful in-space Next Mutation crossover we had in live action. This was like, okay, we're gonna give you these turtles. We're gonna give you we're gonna give you the turtles you like and the Ninja Turtle, the Power Ranger team you know best. And it went all that comic went all out. It went with everything you wanted to see in that kind of crossover. The turtles becoming Power Rangers, them using Zords, Bebop and Rocksteady getting giant, Green Ranger Shredder. That shit gets cosplayed so much it's not even funny. So yeah, you literally get all of that and more in this story in here. And I really love that. I really do love that. And I was hoping for this. I was really hoping we would get a sequel to this, and thank you for that. Before I go any further with this with this news, is that there's actually a fun story I want to tell you guys that I had at Megacon this month. Not this month, but a few months ago. Basically, what had happened was that I was at Megacon, obviously, and I passed by Ryan Parrott, the writer for Power Rangers and Power Rangers TMNT. I passed him, and I was like, holy shit, Ryan Parrott. And he was actually right next to Freddie Williams III. Freddie Williams II. And literally, we got on the subject. I was like, hey man, you're a really good writer. I really love your Power Rangers stuff, and I absolutely love the Ninja Turtles crossover. And he's like, oh, thanks, man. And we got into the talking. I was like, okay, I know you can't spoil things because obviously, NDAs and whatnot, but what do you want to do if, I said hypothetically if, because I didn't want to get him in trouble, like hypothetically, what would you want to do with a second Power Rangers TMNT crossover? And he leaned back in his seat and laughed, and I was like, there's the tell. And he said, what would you like to see? And I was like, well, obviously you built up for, Krang in the next one. He's like, maybe. And I basically told him, you know what I would really love to see in a comic is King Mondo, the leader of the Machine Empire, with being piloted by Krang. Could you that's such a great image, right? Krang, King or Mondo Krang. That'd be so much fun, right? The idea of with Krang teaming up with King Mondo and the Machine Empire. That was my thing I wanted to see. And he's like, that's So it does make me wonder, are we gonna get the Machine Empire here? It'd be kind of awesome. But no, we are definitely getting Krang, because if you guys remember in the previous comic, in the previous storyline, what had happened was that in that one, I said it 5 times, Shredder and Rita vanished to Dimension X. They fled to Dimension X, where where they didn't mention Krang. In this continuity, Krang and the Utrom are their names aren't said outright. They're Shredder, and Rita wanted to meet the Utrom. She wanted to meet Krang. So it makes me wonder of okay, how do you know them, Rita? How do you know of Krang? And what do you want from him? So yeah. So the sequel, they didn't really give in the thing I read. I went to Boom Studios' official thing, and it's actually kind of funny because someone on here in a previous video I did just said, "Hey, they just announced Power Rangers TMNT 2," and I scrolled for like 10 minutes looking for like anything official. I got nada, and then the moment I post that comment saying, "Hey, I haven't found anything. Are you sure?" And then right after that, I look on their official Boom Studios' official social media page, and fuck me, I'm made an idiot. Such is life. Anyway, but getting back to the story is that, yeah, it looks like Krang is going to be the big villain, but we don't know a lot. Like, we don't know. They kept this very under wraps. The comic is apparently coming out in December, which is a while, so I imagine we're probably going to get more news later on. I would really love to... There's so much I would love to see for this sequel. Like, obviously, maybe Krang taking over the Megazord, like Mega Krang. That'd be so much fun. I really hope Jenica is in this one, the fifth turtle. The actually good fifth turtle, let's be real. Yeah, Jenica would be really cool to have in here. I would really like to see... because they only really gave one promotional thing of the Ninja Turtles and the Power Rangers, like, leaping into facing the Foot Clan and these strange shadow creatures. So, yeah, it's probably like Krang experiments or something. I would really like to see, like, some other Ninja Turtle villains in here. I would love to see, like, the Rat King or Leatherhead. Well, Leatherhead, depending on, is good or bad, but, yeah. I just feel like this is going to be a big one. And I really do think, much like the TMNT Batman stories, I think this is going to get a trilogy. I really do think this comic series of how profitable it's been, just like Power Rangers, TMNT Ninja Turtles was, I really do honestly believe that this is going to be a very profitable thing, and we're probably going to get more merchandise, maybe an animated movie. Batman Ninja Turtles got one, but I definitely believe this is going to get another. Like, this is going to be part 2 of a trilogy, just like Batman TMNT was, because yeah, everyone and their mother wanted the Ninja Turtles and Power Rangers to meet. So to have this here is awesome. It does make me wonder of who else could show up in here. Obviously, like I said, Krang's probably the big one. Could we get Zed? Because Zed wasn't in the other one. Zed wasn't in the first comic. It was just Rita, which, by the way, is actually kind of nice to see Rita be a big villain again. Like, it's kind of nice because, yeah, Rita, I mean, she's the main villain along with the controller of Planet X in the Godzilla comic, the Godzilla Rangers crossover, but in the... What was I going to say? Power Rangers Justice League crossover, it was Zed, which also continuity-wise makes no sense because they're just using the regular Megazords and they're not using the Thunder Zords, and Tommy is still the Green Ranger, which in theory you could still make an argument for, but whatever. I digress. I'm sorry. I kind of went on a ramble right there. But yeah, it's just kind of nice to have Rita, because she's the original, she's the OG villain, so it's really nice to have Rita be the big villain again. But I am curious if they are going to use Zed, and have Zed and Krang be the big villains, while Rita and Shredder are off doing their own things. That'd be a lot of fun. Yeah, I'm just really excited for this crossover. Again, it was a crossover I knew was gonna... It wasn't a matter if, it was more like when it was gonna get announced. Because, yeah, they've made so many announcements. I'm still shocked we haven't gotten a Battle for a Grid DLC with the... But I do believe that is probably coming soon now that the crossover is officially announced. So, I do think... And Matt Denian, I know you're watching this video, so... There's still... He's the one really pushing for... Leo, Donnie, or any of the Turtle Rangers to be DLC characters in Battle for the Grid. So I'm sure Matt's excited for this, and hopefully this re-sparks that, and it'll be used as promotion for that. But yeah, other than that, you guys tell me in the comments below, what do you guys think of Power Rangers the Power Rangers TMN2 announcement? Are you guys excited? Are you guys not? Who are you hoping it's going to be Krang as the main villain? Who do you want to see show up? What do you want to see done? Just comment below, let me know. And as always, if you haven't already, hit the link below. Head on over to my Patreon. Other than that, I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.